This video is brought to you by Matrix Keyboards. Stay tuned until after the video to learn how you can save 10% off of your order. Hey, what's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan, and welcome to today's edition of Burnt Rubber. Where today we're going to dive into some open wheel racing, in particular Formula 1 and IndyCar. So, when did this happen? Let's see. Looks like it was on June the 10th when, not IndyCar, but Formula 1 released their 2026 schedule. So it's a 24 race schedule. Begins March the 8th and ends in December at Abu Dhabi. And it starts in Melbourne, Australia in March and ends in Abu Dhabi in December. So, pretty extensive schedule. And of course, it comes complete with the summer break between Hungary and the Netherlands. However, there is one date on the calendar that's been pointed out, and it's really got a lot of American race fans in particular with a bit of boiled piss, to say the least. And that is the one that is right here. Let me point to it on the camera. Round 7 in Canada. May the 22nd and the 24th at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. That is because they have moved Monaco a week forward. Actually, 2 weeks forward. So it's not going to be on Memorial Day weekend anymore. So essentially, Formula 1 has ruined what is basically motorsports' equivalent of Christmas. Because it used to be Monaco in the morning, IndyCar in the afternoon, and then NASCAR in the evening. Because you would have the Monaco Grand Prix in the morning, the Indianapolis 500 in the afternoon, and then the Coca-Cola 600 in the evening. So Formula 1 decided to not do that anymore. Regardless if Monaco is boring as hell, it was still a long-ass tradition, and a lot of people were not happy to see it go away. Well, now, IndyCar has made the decision to run the Canadian Grand Prix against the Indianapolis 500. You know, I mean, I honestly don't know what the hell Formula 1 is thinking. Because I know they're trying to get a piece of the American motorsports audience. And they have gotten a little bit of a foothold. You know, and I've been seeing some dumbasses online saying, well, it's called counter-programming, like Rob's Sports Show. That fucking retard. Well, it's counter-programming. Well, here's the problem with that, you dumb fuck. The Indianapolis 500 this year got an average viewership of over 7 million people, with over 8 million watching the end of the race at its peak. Formula 1, on the other hand, in the United States is averaging somewhere around 1 million viewers usually for their races. Usually more, usually a little bit less. But, I mean, they're going up against the Indianapolis 500. One of the most prestigious races in the entire world. Do they really believe they can compete with the Indianapolis 500 with the Canadian Grand Prix? And don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. When the Xfinity Series was racing there, it put on some of the best racing of the entire year. Like, every year, that was a must-see racing event when the Xfinity Series came to town. And Formula One, at certain times in the past, has also put on great racing there. So don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It's a great racetrack. But this is just yet another shit-ass move by Formula One. But, I mean, it's not really that big of a surprise, because it just seems like when you look at the three big motorsports in the world right now, and that's Formula One, IndyCar, and NASCAR, it just feels like they are run by complete fucking retards. Now, because there's an IndyCar story that I'm going to get to later on this week, probably Thursday, about how IndyCar is not going to have their new engine and chassis package ready now until 2028. It was actually supposed to be scheduled for 2027, but they're waiting until 2028 for that to happen. And I'll dive more into that on Thursday. NASCAR, I mean, I've already said my piece about NASCAR and how I think the win and you're in system is pretty fucking stupid, and we saw another case of that this past week in Mexico. Shane Van Gisbergen, I mean, he's a great race car driver, and I'm a huge fan of his. But let's be completely honest here, people. He should not be competing for the Cup Series championship this year. Dude is below 30th in the point standings. And with one fucking race win, which, let's be honest here, he completely dominated Mexico. Okay? This is not a similar situation with Harrison Burton last year. I know people are going to compare the two, but it's not a similar situation. Harrison Burton, I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, he wouldn't know, I mean, that entire season, he didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground on a goddamn golf course. And yeah, he won at Daytona, but let's be honest here, any Yahoo can win at Daytona. And he did jack fuck all the rest of the year. You know, so he's now down in the Xfinity Series, where he's actually been doing pretty solid. I mean, when you look at, if the Xfinity Series was using the Winston Cup format, he'd actually be 5th in points right now. So he's actually not doing too badly, all things considered. He just got rushed up to Cup way too fucking quick. But this is the reason why Trackhouse brought Shane Van Gisbergen in the first place. They knew he was going to struggle on the ovals. They knew it. And even though he has been making some progress, Trackhouse knew that Shane Van Gisbergen was going to be at his best on the road circuits. And I'm pretty sure they scheduled the Mexico race because it was going to be pretty much everybody's first time there on the new layout. Because a lot has changed with that track since the last time that NASCAR was there. They don't take that oval section around the stadium anymore. They actually go through the stadium now. The front stretch has been completely profiled. It used to be much wider, and now it's been narrowed up quite a bit. And they did all that because they wanted to bring Formula One back to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which they did. And now they've brought NASCAR there, and there's rumors afoot that IndyCar is trying to get a spot there now. So, there you go. But getting back to Shane Van Gisbergen, he absolutely fucking dominated that race in Mexico. He won by 16.7 seconds. It is the largest margin of victory that has been seen in the Cup Series, not due to fuel mileage or anything. This was straight up speed. the biggest margin of victory due to speed since Jeffrey Bodine lapped the field at North Wilkesboro in, I think it was 1994. The last time that the field had been lapped en route to victory in the Cup Series. And to SVG's credit, he was also not feeling well at all. He was having all kinds of stomach problems. In fact, at the end of that race, he said it was coming out of both holes, meaning that he had the spins, probably due to drinking the tap water in Mexico, which is not a good idea because it's not good water to drink at all. But he toughed it out and absolutely spanked the Cup Series field in Mexico. But it's one win against the rest of the season, which has been absolute dog shit for him. Yet that one win gets him into the playoffs. That is fucking retarded. I'm sorry. The win and you're in format is stupid. It is one of the dumbest ideas that NASCAR has ever come up with. And now you look at this. Formula One now putting Canada in the spot that Monaco was in for so many years. And basically erasing basically the equivalent of motorsports Christmas. Because motorsports fans always looked forward to Memorial Day weekend because of all the racing that you would get to watch on Sunday before Memorial Day. Before Memorial Day, I should say. Sometimes it was good, a lot of times not so good. Let's be honest here, Monaco, even though it's a crown jewel, I mean, with the size of these cars, it's pretty much impossible to pass. Like, pretty much, if qualifying is pretty much where you're going to fucking finish at Monaco. But even so, it was a long-standing tradition that Formula One decided, we're just not going to do that anymore. And now they're pitting the Canadian Grand Prix against the Indianapolis 500, which this year got over 7 million viewers on average, which was their largest audience in a long-ass time. Are you fucking kidding? And, you know, Formula One, you know, their heads are saying, well, we weren't doing it to, you know, actually put, you know, our race against the Indianapolis 500. Give me a fucking break, man. Because if there's one thing I've learned over the last couple of years, you cannot trust these figureheads in motorsports right now. Nothing but a bunch of fucking politicians and liars. I mean, the trust level in these figureheads right now, they're at an all-time low, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. And I'm going to be getting on IndyCar's case this coming Thursday with the whole engine and chassis situation that was dropped not too long ago. So, going to be getting on their ass about that. But that'll come on Thursday. But anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of Burnt Rubber. Just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about, you know, the whole Formula One scheduling. Canada basically going up against the Indianapolis 500 because, you know, it's in both in North America. Got to schedule them against each other because, you know, competition. Fucking stupid. But that's going to do it for this edition of Burnt Rubber. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, this is the PackerMan signing out. See you later. Hey, what's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan. Let you know that tonight's video was sponsored by Matrix Keyboards. Matrix Keyboards was formed in 2018 due to the rising evolution of high-quality esports products. By clicking on the affiliate link down below in the description box, you'll be able to get great deals on high-quality keyboards such as Cotton Candy, Landmark, and Elite Series. It also has other cool items like mouse pads and mice as well. And when you go to checkout, be sure to type in the code PackerMan and you'll be able to save 10% off of your order. Matrix Keyboards, game and style. Hey ladies and germs, just want to say thank you for watching tonight's video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also check out my other channels, Isaac the Survivalist and Our Honor Defend Archives, if you're a Buckeye fan. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.